Do our all-time NBA team finish off with that?
Yes, absolutely. All right, so I called you this afternoon.
Yes.
And, sometimes we talk about, just doing stuff in the doldrums or whatever. But
Sure.
I was just thinking, because we got to start talking basketball, and we did. But I was just thinking, like, if you could put your team together, you could put, like, a team of starting five, legit, like you can't put, like, Kobe and Jordan on the same team because they play the same position. You know what I mean? It's like, so my whole thing was I was going to try and come up with a starting five with maybe an alternate or two that would be that you think would play together very well. Like, in other words, you know what I mean? Like defense, offense. So I put a team together, and maybe, like I said, I don't know if you want to go first or you want me to go first. I don't care. It's up to you. But I'd like to hear yours because I don't know if you put any thought into it. Because I kind of threw that at you this afternoon, but.
So yeah,
like for instance, right, let's go position by position.
How about point guard? Yeah, let's go point guard.
Start off with point guard. All right. As far as your point guard is, who would be your point guard?
I'll go with Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. Now, is Magic Johnson your point guard, or is Magic Johnson will he ever come out? Is he a point guard?
Well, no point guard in NBA history was more physical or mentally dominant than Magic Johnson was, Rich. He was 6'9", which is a little tall for a point guard, right? But it's just amazing the game that he played. And he also played center for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the playoffs that one year. He took over as center. Right. But, I think he was one of the most dominant players of the late 80s, early 90s, whatever. One of the best ever, and when you look at this NBA thing, Rich, like I said, there's different eras of NBA play too, where Magic Johnson might be the best point guard. Then you look at John Stockton might be the best point guard, or, somebody in today's game might be the best point guard. But, I just, James Harden might be the best point, but I just think Magic was the best of all time, basically.
See, like when you think about somebody like Magic Johnson, though, I think you're right. Like, I didn't pick Magic Johnson. I picked somebody else, but for a different reason. But if you want to think about just all around the greatest point guard ever, like if you take Magic Johnson and you put him in 1945, if you take Magic Johnson and you put him in 2024, he's still going to be Magic Johnson. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That game, his game transcends through just decades, and like he could, you know what I mean? Like there's people that play the game now, like LeBron would not be able to play.
Yeah, you could say Isaiah Thomas too in that category, Rich.
Yes. All right, now my point guard, I picked John Stockton as my point guard for a reason that I'll explain in the next. I also, because if I'm picking my greatest team of all time, there's times when I might swap out John Stockton and put Allen Iverson. So I have John Stockton and Allen Iverson as my point guards.
Okay.
Now let's go to shooting guard next.
There's only one shooting guard, Rich.
There's only one shooting guard. 100%. Only one shooting guard.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah. And you want to throw Kobe on there, but he's sitting the bench.
Well, you could put Kobe as small as a forward too. You don't have to put him as So, but I just think Michael Jordan with the hard work, the rings that he won, the game that he played defense too, Rich.
Yeah. Now that's the thing. Like now, why I chose John Stockton over like maybe you would say like Magic Johnson. I don't think Magic Johnson's game and Michael Jordan's game could coincide together. That's the only reason why I think that. Whereas I think, could you imagine? Karl Malone had 30,000 points. Now Karl Malone was a good basketball player, but Karl Malone wasn't Michael Jordan. Could you imagine John Stockton? His only job is to feed Michael Jordan the basketball. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's the reason why I do think he's a top 5 in history point guard. I do think that. But I think for my offense, I think John Stockton and Michael Jordan would do some.
Yep.
Small forward.
Yeah. Well, here I'm going to put Kobe in a small forward. He did play small forward. Yeah. So I thought, Kobe, just like Magic, Laker Magic, everything, just was an amazing player to watch on the court.
Right. And I'm going to have to go. I'm going with Larry Bird.
Okay.
And I'm going with Larry Bird as my small forward for the toughness factor. And I want somebody shooting threes all day. Well, I want somebody.
Did you see that thing today? It was Larry Bird. I think Draymond Green has more 3-pointers than Larry Bird. Different era, Rich, though. I mean, guys are taking threes. How many guys are wide open on the wing nowadays? Where back then, nobody was taking threes, really. Threes are really rare back then.
I don't think it's comparable, to be honest with you, because again, it's a different game. I'm not saying taking anything away from Draymond Green. I'm not taking anything away from him, but it is a different game. Like, listen, not for nothing, he's played on a team that took the most 3-point shots in the history of basketball.
Yeah.
So did he? Yeah, that's fine. But Larry Bird's still better. I think Larry Bird's still better than Draymond Green.
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely.
But that's the reason why small forward. I think you could put. I guess you could put LeBron there too at some points, maybe. But nah, Larry Bird's my small forward. I just for a toughness factor.
Yeah, I agree. You could put LeBron there as well. But you got to give. I mean, as much as we make fun of LeBron, he really stuck around a long time, though, Rich. And stuff. So
I hate giving him accolades. I really do. But
exactly. I know.
I hate giving him accolades. Well, but he's listen. You know what? He's not on my team. Larry Bird's on my team. He's not on my team. My power forward. I got 2 power forwards here. My power forwards are going to probably surprise you, or maybe not, because you know how I feel about this guy. But go ahead. Who are your power forwards?
I just have the one. I took Tim Duncan.
Did you? I got Tim Duncan. I got Tim Duncan, to be honest with you, with my offense sitting on the bench. I got Kevin Garnett.
Oh, okay.
I want Garnett and Bird on that Garnett and Bird on that court is no one saying shit to those guys.
I see the jersey over your shoulder, Rich, the Kevin Garnett jersey. So I kind of gave it away. Yeah.
And he's my second all-time favorite basketball player, right behind Jordan. I love Kevin Garnett, dude. And I always have. And even just after basketball, just the way he is and the way he talks. And you could just hear from just old interviews how he was just mad every single game. And he had that mentality, just like he didn't give a shit who's on the other side of the ball. If his mother was on the other side of the ball, he was smacking her. You know what I mean? So, and he did say that one time. If my mother was on the other side of the ball, I'd smack her. But I'm taking KG and Tim Duncan, one of the greatest in my eyes, probably top 5 ever. But I'm taking KG as my power forward and Tim Duncan.
Nice.
Center. Who's your center?
I think we got the same one. I'm betting we have the same one here.
I have 2.
Okay, I have Shaq.
Me too. I mean, I have Shaq, putting Shaq together with those guys. But could you imagine Jokic playing on the team? Could you imagine Jokic playing on the same court as Bird? I mean, because you know why? Because the reason why when I was thinking about this is why I picked a guy like Jokic, and why I picked a guy like KG, guys that aren't the best ever, but I think they do stuff. If Jokic was playing with Jordan and Bird, he'd have 0 points, 40 rebounds, and 40 assists. I think that's what Jokic would do. He'd probably have no points, but he'd have combined 80 with rebounds and assists. I mean, the guy just does stuff that a lot of guys. He's another guy. I think that you take Jokic and you put Jokic in 1945, and you take today's game. Jokic is the same player in 1945 as he is in 2024. Right. I think the guy does so much stuff. Same as Luka. I mean, both of those guys, man. It's like they just do stuff so well. That's interesting. All right.
I also give honorable mention at the center position to Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain too. So
yeah, because that's when the big man mattered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you went with Shaq for the same reason I did.
Yeah,
he was so dominating.
What about David Robertson too? David Robertson was a pretty good center.
Yeah, but when you think about what a center's supposed to do, Shaq just epitomizes what a center is supposed to do.
Those Spurs teams that won the championship, so Rich, very, very underrated, I guess, because they played in San Antonio. You didn't really hear too much of them and stuff like that, but they were some really good teams down there in Texas.
Well, I mean, they won they win 4 championships?
4 or 5, yeah. Crazy, right?
I mean, you get David, you got an aging, not an aging David Robinson, but an older David Robinson. Then you get Tim Duncan as a rookie. I mean, come on. It's not much better than that.
Yeah, no, not at all, right?
Yeah, Tim, and I think David Robinson goes underrated too for the same reason Tim Duncan does, because they were quiet guys. They didn't say nothing.
Yeah, Tony Parker. They had some pretty good teams. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's interesting. So I was Stockton, Jordan, Bird, KG, and Jokic. I mean, and Shaq. I'm sorry, Shaq. That's interesting. I think we should do this one night with our baseball teams too. And
yeah, definitely. Yeah, do a full 9 and a pitching staff.
We'll do a full. How about next podcast? We'll start taking some notes. Next podcast, we do our all-time baseball team, and again. It doesn't have to be Mickey Mantles at every position.
Okay.
You have to be players who we think are going to contribute to our everyday
Okay.
team.
Here's what we do, Rich. Ready? We do 9 players. We do a DH. We do 5 starting pitchers, 1 closer, and a manager. How's that?
Absolutely. Perfect. I'll start working on it tonight.
Homework assignment right now. Homework assignment. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, dude. Well, look, we're coming in just under 2 hours. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think the next time we'll be doing the our championship Saturday broadcast and stuff.
I can't wait for that, dude.
Save your voice.
I'm going to bring a lot of energy for that, dude. I'm going to try and get some interviews. So we're doing the interviews Friday night, right?
Yeah, kids interviews Friday night, and I guess we're going to do a pregame show at center court. You and I will interview Jay, and then he'll take over. We'll go back in our broadcast booth, and then then the games begin.
Just tell Jay to give us the microphone. Jay, if you're listening, give us the microphone. We'll take it over. We'll take over. You just go. You go schmooze. You go talk to everybody, and just give me and EDUBBS the microphone.
I heard Jay saying that he might make the championship. So if his team wins tomorrow, he will be in the championship with a 2-4 record on the season.
What time is the game?
He plays at 4:00 tomorrow.
If I'm around, maybe I'll stop by. All righty. Well, like I said, it's under 2 hours. It's after 10 o'clock. It's Friday night. I'm a little tired to believe it.
Oh yeah, we turn our clocks ahead too tomorrow night. Don't forget to turn the clock ahead. Yep.
All righty. Well, I've been trying to track you down for the last 2 weeks, and we finally got together to do the MURF and EDUBBS show. I appreciate that, buddy.
No problem. And it was a great show as always. And I'm just thinking about my homework assignment now, Rich. You know, it's we got our work cut out for us, basically. Yeah.
This is gonna be fun, and I really do. I think I am gonna start doing it tonight. I think I'm putting Francisco Alvarez at catcher. I'm just kidding.
I'm going to piss off a lot of people. I'm going to put a Yankee in each position. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Just kidding.
I could try and give you an all Mets team, but that'll be a debacle. I can't give you all Mets in every position.
Well, give me Ed Kranepool, give me Felix Mian, give me Doug Flynn, Joel Youngblood. Come on, Dave Kingman. You got it, man. Yeah,
Dave Kingman, the reason why I became a Mets fan.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I know that story.
Kingman played for the Yankees, right? He played for the Yankees.
Oh, yeah, Dave Kingman was all over the place.
He was played for the Yankees for a week, and then he got traded to the Angels or something like that.
I didn't know that, but you told me that when I told you my Dave Kingman story about why I'm a Mets fan. But
it's crazy. In '77, he played for 4 teams. I think it was the Mets, Angels, Giants, Yankees, something like that.
He definitely started off in the Mets in '77 because he was on the Mets in '76. Because I told you '76 is when I saw him hit that home run. Yeah.
And the Yankees picked him up for the playoff run, but I guess back then, if you picked him up after September 1st, they don't play in the some wacky rule back then and stuff like that. But yeah, he did wear Yankee pinstripes. As a lot of guys who wore we got to do a show on that too. Guys who wore Yankees and Mets uniforms. A lot of them have.
That's a good one too.
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
Yeah.
I think if you have some time during the week, or we have time during the week, we should just do a show dedicated to the 9 players to every position. I think we should do our base. Just do a show. Take about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes, and we'll talk about we'll do our baseball.
Well, knowing us, Rich, 9 players, 5 pitchers, reliever, DH, more than a half hour, probably 2 hours.
That's true. When I tell you that Barry Bonds is playing every position, that might go pretty quick. Barry Bonds is in my outfield without a doubt. I don't give a shit what any of you steroid jerks say. Barry Bonds is starting in right field for me. 3 guys have done that, played every position in one game. So yeah, maybe he could have done it too. But yeah, I think we gave away our outfielder, one of our outfielders. So I know he's in your. I think his uncle's going to be there too.
Oh geez, please, yeah. Although we never saw him play, so
true. You know what? That's a good point. That is it. You know what, E? That's a very good point. It has to be people that we saw play.
Well, you think so, Rich? Think so?
19. Let's think 19. I know you want to put Mantle on there, so let's go from 1960.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
1960.
And you know what?
Because
I might not put Mantle on there, Rich. I might not put Mantle on there.
No, I'm just saying, because. Let's go. How about 1960 is out? They would have to have been playing in the year 1960. Okay. So in other words, if he's in his 4th or 5th year in 1960, he's on the roster.
Perfect.
All right. So is that a good cutoff point for you?
That's good. Yeah. Perfect.
No Babe Ruth, obviously, right? Yeah. We'll go with people. You know what it is? Because I figured 1960, we really started watching baseball in the 70s. So we're doing research about older players at that point. So we know the players.
1960 was the expansion era. So more teams came to the league and stuff in 1960. So yeah, that's fine. We'll go back to 65 years basically.
Yeah, and it's some pretty good players that have walked through the doors of Major League Baseball stadiums.
Yeah.
All righty. Like I said, always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
And, I will give you a call. I'll talk to you probably tomorrow or the next day, and we'll talk about this baseball thing. So
sounds good. This is a great homework assignment. I'm gonna get a little rest and think about it while I go to sleep.
All right, Vice President of MURF and EDUBBS operations. You better get on that.
You got it.
The CEO said so. All righty. Like I said, always a pleasure, dude. Get some sleep, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, take care, Rich. I'll look for the shorts. You're gonna make shorts of these things too, right? You're gonna put them out.
Yes, I am.
Perfect. Great, excellent.
I said some stuff specifically to get kind of like words from you, so you'll see.
Oh boy!
I said some certain phrases because I wanted to get a reaction out of you. So you're gonna see a short about you. So.
Oh boy, looking forward to it.
All righty, you listen to the MURF and EDUBBS show. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you guys later.
Okay, Rich. Take care, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Eat later.
Okay. Bye.